the real big problem about this is what happens if you get married. You're actually married. You've actually done the ceremony. You've got the rings are on. You're actually legally married. You've signed the papers, and now all of a sudden, you know, you go to the bedroom and then it's crap. I mean, what a fucking disaster that must be. Jesus Christ. And actually, on that note, let's have a look at. There's another one here I wanted to have a look at, so we can talk about this. This is another one. It's another lady, but it's off the same. It's off the same account. Here we go.
Saved myself for marriage. I remember waking up on my wedding day. It was before I saw any of my bridesmaids. I chose the words "worth the wait" to go on my wedding veil. I slept in a room alone. I had my door locked. I opened up my Bible. I'm spending time with the Lord. I'm worshiping. And I had this moment of just being so overwhelmed with emotion and just literally hitting my knees and thanking God and saying,
So she had "worth the wait" written on her veil. I mean, it's almost like I don't know. There's something funny about that. It's almost like she's sort of like, right, I am being led to the, you know, to the sacrifice kind of thing. There's something almost fetishizing about her virginity there, which is a little bit odd. But anyway.
Thank you for not letting me settle. Like, thank you for not answering all the prayers that I was begging you to answer.
So she's saying, don't let me settle. Thank you for not letting me settle. So I assume that means that, you know, maybe she was with other dudes before and she didn't have sex with them, and she's thanking God because he didn't make her, you know, go and sort of just lose her virginity before this moment. But I mean, anyway, let's.
Thank you for the closed doors. Thank you for the not right nows, and thank you for this moment because he was so worth the wait. Even as I was walking down the aisle to him, it was just this beautiful. Our relationship with Jesus, as we are the bride of Christ, and just becoming one with God and becoming one now with my husband. And again, it's not perfect. Were there moments where we had to figure things out? Absolutely.
So at that point, how happy does she look now? Because now she's put a ring on it. She's waited. Blah blah blah. And now she's saying, is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. Maybe it's not very good. And I kind of got that impression slightly when I watched this. Watch this bit.
There are moments where we had to have hard conversations. Absolutely. And
I mean, are we talking about the sex now? Because what she's basically saying is, yeah, you know, we didn't sleep together and now we have. And it seems like she's almost referring to the intimacy here.
We're in this for the long haul. And so it's like, we're just going to keep getting better and better and better and growing every single day in all aspects of our marriage, including our intimacy.
So that would suggest, and look at how she's looking here. I don't think she looks that happy here. And that would suggest that there is work to be done in the department of their intimacy. It seems to me, and listen, put in the chat, tell me if you think I'm right or if you think I'm wrong. It seems to me that what we're seeing here is actually, she's not actually that happy with some aspects of the intimacy. Maybe it's not that good. Maybe it's not that satisfying. Maybe he's got an incredibly small penis. I don't know. But it seems like there's something that's not quite right here. Look at the way she's looking.
It's so beautiful within the context of marriage because there is that freedom.
Damn. Sorry, guys.
I'm going to save myself for marriage. I remember waking up on my me settle. Like, thank you for not answering.
Oh, it's fiddly. Sorry, guys.
Were there moments where we had to figure things out? Absolutely. Were there moments where we had to have hard conversations? Absolutely. And we're in this for the long haul. And so it's like, we're just going to keep getting better and better and better and growing every single day in all aspects of our marriage, including our intimacy. It's so beautiful.
So when she says intimacy, look at the way that she's looking. She kind of looks down, doesn't she? She's like, including our intimacy. And she kind of looks down like that. I mean, listen, tell me in the chat, what do you think? I think it looks like she's not actually that happy. Maybe the sex wasn't actually worth the wait. Maybe it wasn't that good, okay? And now, because she's saying we're in this for the long run, they're married, she's a Christian woman, they're not going to get divorced, you know, and that's problematic, isn't it? Because if I'm right and the sex isn't great, and now she's tied to this guy forever, all right? And maybe he's a two-pump chump, as my friend Tiffany would say. Then she, you know, what a disaster that is for her, right? Because obviously, you know, she's got her animalistic needs as much as he has, and again, it's not all about that. Of course, it's not. No relationship is all about that. But well, some relationships are. But I mean, no relationship like this, you know, like getting married is going to be solely about that. But it is a fucking important part, okay? And if you haven't even, you know, sense checked beforehand, are we actually on the same page? Are we actually compatible with this? Then you're really doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing your partner a disservice as well. Because when the sex goes wrong in a relationship, it really, really, really sucks, and it can cause huge problems. You know, it can cause resentment between the parties. It can cause this sort of passive aggressive kind of anger boiling up under the surface. It's really, really fucking bad. It just affects everything. And the worst thing about it is that you don't feel fundamentally connected to the person in the same way. Every relationship I've been in, when the sex has been good, you feel like you're really on the same page with that woman, right? You feel like, okay, yeah, we are, you know, there's a bond here, we are one. If the sex is bad or goes bad, then you start to, and you guys might still be getting on really well. You might be intellectually very compatible. You might like the same music, you know, whatever. But you still start to feel there's like a divide between the two of you, and psychologically that's difficult. It causes, as I say, strains within the relationship itself, and it's just a very, very bad place to be.
Within the context of marriage, because there is that freedom. I'm going to save myself for marriage.
Yeah, so I'm interested to know what you guys think. I don't think she seems very happy. Yes, alright, right. So I've got an agreement here. So marriage causes divorce. Says she seems very dissatisfied already in the honeymoon stage, and she looks like a young woman as well. I don't know how old she is. I would imagine 20s. I'm guessing sort of mid-ish 20s maybe. She's a young woman, okay, and you know she signed up for this thing. She's gone down the aisle with the veil saying, you know, worth the wait. She's married this dude. And now if it's not very good in the bedroom, well, you know, where does that leave her? And also, where does that leave him? Because as I say, she's going to get resentful towards him. She's probably going to start treating him like crap. And in the worst cases, of course, infidelity happens, because then she's thinking, well, shit, you know, maybe this was the wrong guy. Maybe, and also, because I'm quite young, maybe I should have experienced some other guys. Maybe I should have, you know, experienced sexually to find out, you know, what I like and who I'm compatible with, okay? She's obviously done none of that because of her religious belief, and now it could be, reading between the lines, that she's in a situation that is not very good for her, okay, and is not going to be good for him going forward as well. I mean, I would say, like, you know, there are certain things you want to tick off in a relationship, okay, if you're going to be serious with the person. And often, you know, when I've been on, say, Pearl's show and Fresh and Fit and stuff like that, and people are saying, well, what do you look for in a woman? What do you look for in a relationship? A key thing I look for, actually, is well, compatibility, I suppose, is one way of saying it. But basically, like, do you get on? Do you feel there's a good vibe between you? Is it chill? You know, is she pleasant to be around? I think that's super, super important. But another big thing is sex, to be honest. Because if you don't have that, then you don't really have anything, right? Or essentially, you've got, like, a roommate who you're friends with, and you probably argue with quite a lot, okay? And, you know, you speak to so many couples. Who have split up, and you know, and it's always this thing, oh, the sex started to go bad. Around the time the sex started to go bad, then the demands from the woman started to increase. It all started to go nuts, right? And you know, to not even know where you stand with that before you go into it, before you sign a legal contract, seems to me the worst abdication of responsibility that you can possibly make.